Cable Bahamas has been and continues to be a positive shot in the arm for our summer camps. We look forward to it. Without Cable Bahamas, I don't know if we will succeed, because we look forward to the funding and we are very appreciative, particularly the Cable Cares program. We are very appreciative to what they do.
We thank the Cable Cares Foundation, which would have given into this program, and it's going to pay dividends in the long run because each one of these children are affected.
Well, Cable Bahamas Foundation has helped us in a huge way. We are out there looking for all kind of help, and I am so happy that the Cable Foundation didn't decline us based on the economy and what is going on today.
So they've been with us for a long time, and we look for them to be with us for many years to come.
The Nctu president urges members to vote right in the next general election. A 29-year-old man murdered while driving through McCullough Corner. Plus, the F&M leader says Wayne Monroe jumped on a sinking ship when he joined the PLP. We've got those stories and a whole lot more tonight. I'm Nctu, and MB12 starts now. Topping news tonight, President of the National Congress of Trade Unions, John Pinder, has called on members of that umbrella union to force a change in government by voting right in the next general election. His comments came as more than 30 Amelia Resort employees marched outside the Cable Beach Resort's property today. Union leaders say they are taking a political stand and sending a clear message to the government. Simone Davis reports.
The Nctu president said he and other union members will not sit back and allow the management team at Malia to continue on with union-busting tactics that are not fair to workers. Pinder also pointed out that it was through the trade union that the majority rule was recognized, and it is now time to repeat history.
Recognizing the fact that majority rule was ushered in through the trade union movement. I think the time has now come for the trade union movement to repeat history. We have to now take a stand politically and take this country back to where it ought to be. I think they started off on a good wicket, but now apparently the atmosphere has changed.
This comes on the heels of a decision by management at Malia Nassau Beach Resort to discontinue the collection of dues from employees on the union's behalf. Minister of Labor Shane Gibson warned the principals of Bahamas that the government will do whatever is necessary to protect the rights of Bahamian workers. Protesters marched in front of the resort holding placards that read, "The Bahamas is our home. We belong here. What about rights?"
All the permits revoked! All the permits revoked! All the permits revoked! This land is for Bahamians! Bahamians only! Bahamians only!
About 30 minutes into the demonstration, police officers were called in and forced protesters off of the property. The hotel union and Malia currently do not have a valid industrial agreement. The union previously said it was willing to negotiate. However, Pinder said since then, government has offered little help. He says the unions must take a political stand to protect the rights of workers.
2017 is around the corner. The trade union movement must now take a stand. We must back a political party that will look at our natural resources, buy all these hotels back from these foreign investors who are treating Bahamians so poorly, and run our country the way it ought to be run. We have the expertise here and all over the world. Bahamians wish they could come home and manage these hotels and put infrastructure in place. But they're not coming because the foreign investors treat them poorly. They don't want to pay them, but they'll deserve, but they'll bring their people in and pay them top dollars. Yes. Time is now.
Pinder added that while the unions have no objection to foreign investors, the umbrella union's affiliates should invest in and support the country's natural resources and ensure that workers are paid their dues.
We have no objection to foreign investors, but it can be that employers, investors can hold the government feet to the wheel because they employ so many Bahamians. That has to change. And so the time is right and the time is now for us to make a change in our country. We must do what is necessary to ensure that Bahamians are treated fairly in their own country. We always emphasize you give a fair day's work for fair day's pay. These people work very hard to build this economy in terms of our tourism product.
Reporting for NB12, I'm Simone Davis.
From the crime beat, gunmen shot and killed a 29-year-old man as he was driving along McCullough Corner off East Street this morning. Head of the Central Detective Unit, Chief Superintendent Paul Roll, said the shooters ambushed the Yellow Elder Gardens resident. Roll said the man was shot multiple times and crashed into a nearby wall. He was pronounced dead on the scene. The incident pushed the murder count to 101 for the year. After the murder count hit the 100 mark last week, Police Commissioner Ellison Greenslade called it a terrible record and expressed concern about the lack of public outrage over the use of illegal guns to commit murder in the country. 50% of New Providence residents were plunged into darkness for about 2 hours overnight after the Bahamas Electricity Corporation experienced a fault on one of its overhead transmission lines. The fault reportedly caused several generators at the corporation's Blue Hill Road plant and one at its Clifton Pier plant to trip just after 11 p.m. The corporation says by 1 this morning, all customers impacted had their power supply restored. Now, as for last week's island-wide outage, BEC has concluded that its system was made vulnerable as a result of copper theft. According to the corporation, the theft compromised key protective mechanisms, and being a victim of copper theft has already cost it millions of dollars in damage and lost revenue. Officials are now encouraging persons to report any suspicious activity to BEC's emergency line at 302-1900 or contact the police. Opposition leader Dr. Hubert Minnis says he is disappointed by attorney Wayne Monroe's decision to join the Progressive Liberal Party, asserting the former DNA candidate will need a life vest on that sinking ship.
We have clearly demonstrated our openness to young people and pushing young people forward. So it's unfortunate that he has chosen that route as a young person. The FNM is the party that embraces young people, not the PLP. What I would say to him is that he had jumped on a ship what appears to be sinking, and I would give him one word of advice, that he should keep his life vest on so that as that ship sinks, he would automatically be pulled to the top.
Monroe was the DNA's candidate for Mount Moriah in the 2012 general election, but joined the PLP this week. He told NB12 he joined the governing party because he is disappointed with the opposition forces in the country. Monroe said the greatest problem facing his generation is that everybody wants to be prime minister. Minnis insisted the FNM embraces young talent and asserted Monroe will not last long in the PLP if he is vocal on national issues.
If he want to express his views in moving forward, then he will not. The FNM is that type of party where you express views, your views are listened to and taken into consideration of moving the country forward. If he want to stay there, remain silent, and a part of the system, the depressive system of young people, then he will last. So it depends on what he wants, whether he wants to build a new nation. If he wants to build a new nation, then he should be with us. If he wants to remain docile and say nothing, then he's in the right place.
DNA leader Brownville McCartney said on Wednesday he is surprised Monroe joined the PLP, but he wishes him the best. Still to come, a former PLP MP defends the tourism minister amid calls for his resignation. The details are after this break.